Okay, and that should be good. And we are live, maybe? I hope. I should have this down by now, and I definitely don't. Okay, awesome. Made it to the stream that I said I was going to do. I'm almost ready. A couple more minutes, and I should be good to go. Whoops. This is disgusting, by the way. This is the first drink I've been having today, and it's far beyond gross. But I'm going to try and finish it. Oh! I almost dropped it. Holy crap. I almost got that on camera too. I'll leave that. Holy crap, that would have sucked. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be watching this because this is probably going to be a really weird stream. I've been wanting to do a guitar video stream for a while, and I thought this would be cool, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe this will be really boring. But we'll see how it goes after we get into it and mess it all up. Hello, you made it. Thank you for watching, Naomi. I'm drinking this really nasty coffee stuff because I needed to wake up, and this is just really gross. It's not good. Let's see who we got here. Oh, what's up, Kayla? How you doing? How are you guys today? Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I have the notes from the songs you guys wanted me to hear. So I did listen to them. So I did my research on these songs, and I actually wrote down what I thought about them as I was listening to them. So I can let you guys know in a bit what I thought of these songs from that last stream in LA, which is just pretty funny because I wrote down some things that I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, wow. I'm doing pretty good. I am just chilling, swagging real hard with my purple hoodie. But I'm good. Thank you for asking. I hope you guys are okay too. Enjoying a chill day off, I guess. I don't know what this stream is really going to entail. So even for you stopping by, both of you, whoever's here, thank you. This would be a really boring time if nobody was here. I almost dropped a bottle of wine back there. Nobody saw it, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, and then I'll just go through what I thought would be a cool idea to just do a slideshow of like all the guitars I've ever had, and then kind of be like, oh, how many guitars do you guys think I've had before or whatever, or something like that. And then if somebody guesses how many guitars I've ever had, I could probably be like, oh, I'll give you, like a shirt or something like that. And I wanted to have music this time, so I'm playing the Perfect Dark soundtrack because it's probably royalty free if nobody catches onto it. What's up, Stefan? What's up, Tyler? Thank you guys for coming by, stopping by, checking out this soon-to-be mess of a stream. I'm actually not seeing what I'm doing. Okay, there it is. So I have one drink because I drank this and it's really disgusting. But if you guys have any ideas on what you want me to play, like later or right now, like I don't know, like every stream I've done has gotten like a copyright claim because I play like something that gets copyright claimed, so it kind of sucks. Oh, dude, that's a good amount of people. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, whatever day it is right now. Tuesday? What? Thursday? Thursday. Thursday, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's a really dumb thumbnail. Why does it? So many screens right now. I have like 3 screens going right now. I'm trying to maneuver from everything. And oh, I have a mouse. What the? What am I doing? All right. You're gonna watch me flail around a lot. It's getting a little hot with this jacket. Cheers from Austria. Nice. Dude, thank you. From Austria. All the way here. Hope you're having an awesome time there. Austria, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I love that AEW went, or Lance Archer went back to his original theme in AEW, because his new theme was kind of cool, but his Everybody Dies theme is just, it's already iconic. It's just, it works so well with everything, so I'm glad he went back to it. What's up, Gerard? Is that how you say your name, Gerard? Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys for checking out my videos. That's now my live streams, which is a little different for me, because they always get really messy. Always. Like, I try to set him up, and then I'm already late to this stream. I said I was going to do this at 1 o'clock, and now it's like 3 o'clock. Oh well. All right, I'm going to start off by, so the last stream I did in LA, a couple people suggested I do some, I listened to some music that you guys were talking about. Like Kayla suggested, what was it, Motionless in White. Mr. Nice Chai, I don't know if he's here, but he suggested Motionless in White as well. I wrote down him. Let me show you guys. I wrote down him right there, but I never wrote down the song that I wanted to check out. So I totally spaced out on that. Sorry about that. But I did check out everyone else's suggestions, which were awesome themes, awesome songs, by the way. What's up, D-Boy? Alucard? Dude, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. Right now, I'm just going through some themes that people, or some songs. I keep saying themes. People suggested I listen to some music that I haven't really heard before, and I checked them out. So, right off the bat, I want to say, whoever suggested Mazzy Star, Fade Into You, I actually know that song, and that's an awesome song, and I didn't know who did it, or who actually, or what was it called, even though I knew who Mazzy Star was really dumb. But yeah, that's an awesome song, Mazzy Star, Fade Into You. I dug that song. That song was awesome. And the Motionless in White songs that I liked, well, obviously, not obviously, but I checked them all out, which were Abigail, Devil's Night, Disguise, and Another Life. And Abigail was like super like dance core. I was like, oh, I remember like playing this like back in like at house shows and stuff, and people were just doing like the hardcore slam dancing. Like, that was awesome. I'm gonna turn the music down a bit. But yeah, Motionless in White, super awesome. Devil's Night was pretty cool. You could tell that there was a bit of a style change, and within Another Life and Disguise, they went totally like a little bit more melodic, I want to say. Definitely super rad. I'm probably going to listen to Abigail a lot more because it's just super like intense. So I wrote down rad. Which is like, yeah, that was rad. Oh, dude, drinking red wine, that's what I'm going to drink next after this dumb coffee thing I got. So I'm gonna be drinking some red wine that I started drinking yesterday. But yeah, red wine for sure the best. What's your opinion on dubstep? Dubstep is definitely a hit and a miss. I like some Skrillex stuff. Obviously, the stuff Korn did was I liked it. It just depends on the mood. Like if I'm gonna listen to dubstep like right now, I'm not gonna get into it like sitting here. But if I'm like doing something or like driving or whatever, like I mean, it has its place. Definitely not my go-to music. But like El Fantasmo's theme from New Japan, that's like dubstep, and I dig that song. So it just depends on what is going on. But too much dubstep is like always like, all right, man, I'm like worn out. Yeah, Behemoth, yes, amazing. Behemoth is one of those bands that like I try to copy as much as I can. Yeah, I've seen them live. I love The Satanist. They're not their latest album, but one of their latest albums. I listen to that all the time, and it's just I dig that band a lot. I dig it, bro. All right. All right, let me get through these songs first, and then I'll start writing down whatever these new bands I've never heard of are. Somebody suggested the new Rob Zombie song, something about Kink Freak. Super long title. A la Rob Zombie, which he ever does, and I wrote down, wow, that was an amazing song. Like, it's like Rob Zombie, like definitely brought it back with this album or this track, and I'm definitely gonna check that out more. And I was like, wow, like his vocal style is like the old school way, and like the music's just a lot heavier, which is super cool. I think Mario suggested Concrete Blonde, Bloodletting, and I wrote. Oh, actually, yeah, I wrote down. What was that? Oh, my poster just fell. Bloodletting, yeah. Concrete Blonde, I knew who they were. I didn't know what the song was called or that they played that, but that was an awesome, like, club song as well. And then I think somebody suggested this as a joke, and I checked it out as well. It's called Everything But the Girl, and the song was called Mission, and it was, like, really weird acoustic music. Like it's kind of like the Cranberries, but not the same. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I was like, yeah, I'll pass on that one for now. And then I can't read my own writing because I was kind of drunk. I was like, what the hell? Somebody suggested Nemesis Pathogenesis, but that's not the same name of the song. The name of the song is called Shrink Back, and it was very cool, like old school industrial. So I've never heard some of these bands before. Like I was like, what is this? And that was it. That's all the songs I wrote down. I wrote them down really sloppily because I was drinking a lot. But that's what you suggested, guys, and I'm gonna listen to some of these bands a lot more because I've never heard about them or actually heard of their music. So that was really, really cool. Bathory, yeah, I'm familiar with Bathory, but I've not checked out that song. Call from the Grave. I'm gonna check it out. I wish I could play them right now and like provide you guys like actual feedback, or we could all listen to them together. But I don't want this stream to be shut down, like my what's it called, the past one, and pretty much all the streams I've done I've had to cut out the music because of fucking copyright claims. You met Nergal and Seth. I don't know who Seth is. I don't know his name. Is that the guitarist maybe? I know Inferno. He's a drummer. But that's awesome. You met him at a show or hanging out by your house or something? That's awesome. What's up, Matthew? Thank you for stopping by, dude. How are you doing today? I've been drinking this hard coffee, which is disgusting, but it's a drink for now. It's not good. Yeah, I'm gonna check out Bathory. What was the other song Alucard suggested? Crossfaith. Crossfaith. They sound familiar. Crossfaith. Awesome. Yes, Wings of a Butterfly. I have checked out that song. I do love that song, but I'm gonna actually write it down so I can save it on my new computer. Rip out the wings of a butterfly. Something like that. I remember that song. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys as well. This is going to be my drunksgiving because I'm going to do a drunk thing. So, all right, that was it for that. I'll write down more songs if you guys suggest any. Yeah, drinking and writing. Yeah, I'm usually a crappy writer, but now I'm a horrible writer because I'm also drinking. So I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna take this off first. Beer since 2 o'clock. Nice. I was supposed to do this stream at like 1 o'clock, and I just lagged on everything, and I was like, if I'm gonna do anything, I need some coffee, and I just lagged even more getting that. So let me see if this works. I'm gonna try to flip over to this cam. Oh, I forgot. I'll show you guys when I do it. But this is the guitar cam. So what this? Let me adjust this real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go through a picture of every guitar I've ever had. It's kind of weird sounding, but I try to take a picture of every guitar I've ever had and just make a record of how many guitars I've had. So after a couple of years, I accumulated a few guitars. So I thought it would be cool to go through each guitar and kind of mention something about it or just show it or whatever. It's not as cool as I thought it would be now that I'm hearing it out loud, but I thought it'd be just a cool, I don't know, video to do and just kind of finally get it out there and be like this, because a lot of people think I have all these guitars in like my house when I'm like they see all my videos where I'm playing a bunch of guitars, but like no, like that's definitely not the case. Like a lot of these guitars, like some of them I rent, some of them I borrow, so those don't really count. Like the ones that I've actually physically owned are the ones that I try to make a record of it. So it's to make it even more confusing. That's kind of what this is. This video is kind of about, but I'm sure it's going to trail off into something else. So I'm just going to start going through it, and I kind of need the chat window so I can see what the hell is going on. Definitely prepared, way prepared to do this this stream. Thank you, Rain. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. From where are you? I'm in Portland, Oregon now. So I'm not from here, but I'm here now. You ordered the K8, the Kurt Hammond Ouija? Holy crap, dude, that's awesome. And I'm wearing a Ouija board. I love that guitar. I wish I could like have a version of that guitar, but that's amazing, dude. Did you get the LTD version or the ESP version? How can I have both at the same time? Let me see. Hold on. Before I start going into this, I can't see the chat window. Maybe if I minimize it like this. This is already a mess of a stream. Like, already on a good, there we go. That doesn't work. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm gonna have to Control Tab, and then clicking on here. Okay, well, I'm not gonna drink this because this is really gross. I'm gonna move on to just some wine. All right, can you guys actually see this guitar right now on the screen? Like, is it visible? Oh yeah, I left Cali because the price is insane there. Yeah, Austria is 1 a.m. Well, dude, thank you for staying up with me and watching this dumb stream. No, I left Cali because it's, yeah, super expensive. So I moved up here so I can save money on rent and everything else. There's no tax here, so that helps out a lot when you buy a ton of like I was like, ton of alcohol. No, we buy a ton of dumb stuff. I said I wasn't going to drink that anymore, but I did. All right, so I need to wait it. Hold on, let me try to pull up the chat on my phone so I can see what you guys are saying, if I can. And I cannot. Anyway, what are you guys up to? You're a paramedic. Oh, dude, that's an awesome career. Cheers to you on that, dude. That's a tough but awesome career. I'm guessing. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's no tax on like a lot of things. So if you buy certain things, like you don't get taxed on them, which is like super. I cannot. Rad. Okay, what the hell? I see the chat. No, I don't see the chat. All right, screw it. I'm just gonna go through it. I tried, guys. Sorry. All right, so this guitar is one of the very first acoustics I had because it was just given to me because it was broken. So it never worked. So I ended up like painting it and breaking it because it was just crap. This was like in 2003 too. So it's just like, this guitar is crap. I'm just gonna break it. It's never gonna work. The neck was like going forward, so it was just crap. So I never got to play it. This one, I got in like around 2013, and I only got it because I wanted like a cool flying V. And then I was playing a bunch of shows at the time, and I was like, well, I don't want to break this guitar because it's a set neck. So I ended up just selling it. I don't know if you guys are keeping track of how many guitars, but I'm going to just make a little tally on the side. And if you guys want to guess how many guitars are going to like be in total, like if somebody guesses how many guitars I've had total, I'll just give you a shirt at some point, or I'll send you a shirt, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm like, nobody's there. And probably by the time I get to like the end of this bottle, I'll probably just be like, oh, that's awesome. It's sideways. Okay, great. And then this is a bass that I got recently when I was in Oregon because I wanted to do a cover band, and that ended up failing because of COVID. So I ended up just getting rid of this bass. It was a nice bass, but I'm not a bass player, so I just got rid of it. Same deal with this guitar. I got it because I was playing a bunch of shows and I wanted to try something different, and this was like a cheap Austin Les Paul copy. Nothing special, just that's another thing. I just went through so many guitars. I'm like, this is cool, next. This is cool, next. This was like my very first guitar, actually. It was a Johnson Stratocaster, and it sucked a bunch, but it was my first guitar, my first electric guitar, and I got made fun of a lot of in school because it said Johnson on the like the part of the headstock. So every time I would be playing my guitar, people were like, "Oh, you're playing with your Johnson again, huh?" I was like, "Wow, that joke was funny like never." So that's a good good outlook on that guitar there. All right, Alucard said 200. I'm gonna write that down. I got 2 guitars, dude. Yeah, the more you can learn, the better. Like, definitely try to stick with the least guitars though, because you don't want to keep switching guitars and relearning how to play, because a lot of guitars have different necks and stuff. Oh, I still don't feel confident around the fretboard. I'm still terrible. Like if somebody says like, "Hey, play an A minor 7," I'm like, I don't even know what that is, dude. So I just I know some chords, but I don't know like the complex chords by name. So I can pick them up if somebody shows them to me, but I'm still learning how to play. I only play for fun now. I don't try to pursue a career in this. So definitely just play covers for fun. That's what I do now. Just it's just fun, I guess. That's why I don't go through many guitars anymore, because I'm like, I don't need to have like these potential endorsements. So I'm like, hey, I'm playing your guitar, give me stuff. So I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna play for fun. This was one of those cheap student Walmart guitars, and I thought it'd be cool to have and be like, oh, I can mod this guitar a bunch and change stuff on it and pour a bunch of money into it. And it sucked. It was just terrible. Terrible guitar, terrible everything. Not recommended at all. Oh, this one I got as for our video review. This was from Bargain Musician, and I got this because it was a 7-string, and I wanted a 7-string V, and I hit him up, and I was like, hey, what's up with this guitar? And apparently they were getting like a cease and desist from ESP because it looked exactly like an ESP. So they were not doing this guitar anymore. So I did a video for it, a really terrible video that is just really not funny, and they didn't sell it anymore. So I was like, well, that didn't really make sense, but I got to keep this cool guitar, and I played it for a bunch of shows, and I beat it up a bunch, and it sounded really good. But for some reason, when it was made, somebody put a 6-string pickup in it, so whoever made this guitar in China like has no idea what 6 and 7-string guitars are. I mean, they have no idea there's a difference, I guess. But it was a cool guitar, definitely. I love Flying V, so this is cool to play. Oh, this one, oh man. So this guitar, I built it just for a video. I don't know, you can't even see me anymore. So I was going to set it on fire when I was playing a video. It was for the Mad Max video. So for this video, I went out to the desert, and I got all suited up in like Mad Max style clothing, and like a friend and I took like 2 hours to record me playing a bunch of different like angles out in the desert. So it was a terrible idea, and I thought it looked super cool. I mean, it did come out really cool, but I wanted this guitar to look like something from Mad Max. And it was never supposed to be an actual guitar you could play, because my plan was to set it on fire. I ended up not being able to find any of that cool fire gel, so it never got set on fire. But I've noticed that this guitar has made the round online in other guitar forums, so other people are talking mad crap about this guitar because they're like, who the hell would build this guitar and play it? I'm like, it wasn't supposed to be a guitar you can actually play. It was supposed to be a guitar that was made for a video, a Mad Max video. Apparently they've never seen Mad Max, so that kind of just fell through the fell over their head. But yeah, it was funny because I really wanted to set it on fire. That was my plan on this guitar. Stefan, have a good night, dude. Appreciate you for stopping by. Dude, yeah, Matt, if you want to jam sometime or write something and collab, I'm down, dude. I'm totally down. Lost count. Yeah, I've lost count already too, but I do have how many guitars I have owned. So I was trying to keep tabs on here, but I lost count. I lost count too. Hey, what's up, Angel? We are just going through the guitars I've had and pretty much just hanging out, I guess. This is pretty much what it's gonna amount to, just hanging out. Right? Yeah, that was my plan. I'm like, this guitar would look super cool if it was on fire, and I'm like playing it, but the video still came out really cool, and it definitely has that Mad Max vibe, but it would have been a lot cooler if it was on fire. And also this one, they also sent me this guitar from Bargain Musician. I didn't get a picture of the actual guitar because it was broken. So they sent me this one as well because I was like, hey, I want to set a couple of guitars on fire. Do you have any broken guitars? And they sent me this, the Iceman, and another one. So this one, like, I put it together, but after a while, I'm like, you know what? This is not going to work because this is already broken. So I'm not going to put more time into putting it together than the Iceman, which was already, like, it was in good condition. So this was just like a whatever guitar. Okay, this is another guitar they sent me that I put a Ouija board on it, and I liked this guitar a lot because it has a Ouija board on it. And I sold this because it was a bolt-on neck, and I didn't like that. But play Perfect Dark with the Guitar Hero guitar. I don't even have a Guitar Hero guitar. I wish I had a Guitar Hero guitar. But yeah, this guitar was just also like an experimental build because I used a lot of different. I used like a bunch of cardboard and super glue, which sounds really dumb, but when you apply super glue to anything, it creates a really hard surface. So I didn't want to use wood, so I put a bunch of cardboard together, and I put a bunch of glue, crazy glue over it, and it creates this like almost plastic surface. So even though people are hating on it because I used cardboard, it doesn't really matter because you're not using that space for anything anyway. So that's why it only has one pickup and stuff. But I sold this before I moved to Oregon because I didn't want to bring it. I wanted to get something else. But I missed the look of this guitar. It was definitely like a Ouija board guitar. So this was another guitar that Bargain Musician sent me to review, and it's just a basic Les Paul. I played this a bunch at shows, and I ended up getting rid of it before I moved to Oregon as well. They also sent me actually this bass I got at their shop when I went to their shop in LA, and I was like, hey, I want a bass, and they're like, well, this one is really beat up, do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take this bass. So I played this bass for a couple of like Joy Division songs and a couple of recordings, but it wasn't that cool of a sound. The sound was really weird, so I got rid of it. Oh, the Beast. I got this guitar because I thought it'd be cool to have a BC Rich Beast, but it was like way too big. It was like, even though this is the junior, the smaller body version, it was just way too big, and it was like sharp too. And I was like, oh, I don't want sharp guitars, so I got rid of it. This one, I got it because of Slipknot. Mick used to play one of these. And I was like, dude, I want a fucking BC Rich Mick Thompson one because it looks so like evil. And then yeah, it was super cool, but I ended up selling it. I think this one I got from now did I? I don't remember who I got this from. I don't want to say it because I might be wrong, but yeah, I missed this guitar too. Like it just looks really cool and it has that Slipknot vibe, and I really wanted to keep it. But as with everything, I sold it. This one was just like a quick, cheap buy that I bought and then flipped because it was just like, I want to try it out, and then I was like, this sucks, and I moved on. Same with this. I'm like, oh, cool, somebody's selling this for $20, I'll get it. And then I played it, and then I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to trade it for something else. So a lot of these were just like, hey, I can buy that for $20 and then sell it for $50. So this is my second guitar that I've ever had, and I bought this because it was because of the Slipknot vibe, and I wanted a Warlock just like Mick from Slipknot. I'm like, dude, I want to play just like Slipknot, and it broke. it broke because I put it on like the edge of my bed, and since like it was a little weirdly shaped, it kind of just fell to the side, and like the neck just broke. And at the time, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I'm like, what happened with my guitar? So I ended up just getting rid of a broken guitar. Oh man, this one sucks because I paid somebody to do this guitar, and they messed it up. So, um, back in Cali, I knew this guy who was making guitars, and I was like, "Hey, dude, can you build me an Explorer guitar?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I gave him everything he needed, and then he just did whatever he wanted. He like, "Hey, I built you the guitar, but I kind of changed a little bit of the shape, and I added a couple of other things." And when I picked it up, I was like, "What the hell? What?" So I got really annoyed. So I just sold it. I didn't even put it together. I just gave it away. I'm like, I don't even want this guitar. It's not even what I asked for. So that kind of sucked. Yeah, that too. Like he makes these guitars look super small, but yeah, these guitars are like huge, super big, and but he's also like a gigantic guy. Yeah, so he makes everything look small, super big guy. This was a Telecaster I got because somebody made it and then they didn't want it, so they sold it for super cheap. And I'm always like, oh, I could use that, and then when I get it, I'm like, I can't use this. Like buyer's remorse, like right away. Oh, this is my. Oh, why is it sideways? I can actually show you right now. So this one I just got, and this one I'm definitely keeping. Wait, what am I doing? this. I'm definitely keeping this one because I had a custom build, and after owning a couple of other guitars, I'm like, I want a purple Flying V, and I want something that is built specifically for me, and somebody built it right. I just banged it. So, yeah, this one I'm definitely keeping, and this one I just got, and yeah, I wanted purple. I'm like, I need something purple. I want purple, and I'm definitely keeping this one. But cool, yeah, thank you, Jorge. Have a good night, dude. Thank you for stopping by this really random stream. So that's definitely a guitar that I'm going to keep. I've not seen another one like this, so having it be purple and custom built, I definitely want to keep it. This is another one. I love Flying V, so I used this for a couple of shows with this band. This band that hired me for a couple of shows, and I wanted something pink to play with them, so I got this pink guitar, and it was terrible guitar, but it looked really funny on stage because they were all like serious and stuff, and I was just playing this pink guitar. Like it was pretty funny. This one I actually got scammed because somebody traded me this guitar, and they told me they had painted the back because the back got scratched or something. So I was already kind of like, So I should have stopped right there, but I ended up just being like, all right, cool, let's do this trade. So when I took it home, I played it, and it was fine. Everything was cool. But I noticed it would go out of tune a lot, so I'm like, what's up with that? It's just maybe me. It's probably just me hitting the strings too hard. So I played it at a show, and one of my friends was like, hey, dude, that's a really cool guitar. Can I buy it off of you? And I'm like, well, I just got it. And he's like, I'll give you like $300. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I sold him the guitar because I'm like, well, I'll just buy another different one. And then the next day, he sends me a message, and he's like, hey, I was playing the guitar at a show, and it broke. And I was like, oh, crap. That's probably what was wrong with it. It was probably broken, and then you played it, and it broke. So I felt really bad because I'm like, dude, I did not try to scam you. I'm really sorry. Then I emailed the guy who sold it to me, and he was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So, lesson learned. If you don't feel confident about something, just don't even go through with it. So I should have just not went with this. But I felt really bad because I'm like, I could already like sense this was sounding weird But I'm like, no, it's probably just me. So I should have not gotten it, and I shouldn't have sold it. I should have told my friend, like, hey, you know what? I don't feel confident. But I thought it was me being weird, so that sucked. This one I got way back in the day, like when I was starting Morphesia, and I wanted a cool guitar, and it didn't work out because it was really weirdly shaped. Oh, the Dean. I got this one because of Dimebag. I got this one right when Dimebag died. Like, I played guitar for crap anyway at that time, but I spent a bunch of money on something that looked like Dimebag because he had just died. And I was like, oh man, his guitars are going to be really expensive later. And they didn't. They did not get expensive because this was just crap quality. This one I got in Oregon a couple months ago because I needed a guitar to play it, and I just passed it on real quick. Just basic nothing guitar. Same with this one. Wait, no, this is the 7-string version. I got the 7-string version because I needed to record some 7-string stuff, and I had no guitar at the time, no 7-string. So yeah, a lot of these guitars are just like basic nothing, I guess, just nothing. I got this one because I wanted a 7-string, and this one was already like crappy sounding, so I didn't want to put any money into it, so I got rid of it. And all these guitars, I just got them because I was playing a lot of live shows. I was playing like maybe 4 or 5 times a month, like all these shows, so I wanted different guitars. Wait, that was it? Wait, that doesn't sound right at all. I'm missing a bunch of guitars. Oh man, what the hell? Alright, well, I don't know what happened there, but that's not all of the guitars. This is just a really professional looking stream. Damn it, what the hell happened? Okay, let me see what I can do. Anyway, what else are you guys doing? What's up with you guys? Well, that is just really embarrassing, I guess. That's weird. I don't know what happened. Like, I had it all set up to where the slideshow would show you. Maybe it ran out of space, I guess. Oh, I see why. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about while we are here doing this terrible stream? Okay, desktop. Okay, let me try again, see if I can scroll back to, that's amazing. I don't even know if I'm drunk yet. I'm not even drunk yet. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I know, like, I have more in this source file, but for whatever reason, it started reverting back to the original one. Let me see if I can get back to it by clicking all the way through it. terrible stream. We get to listen to some cool music though. Okay, that's super weird. It just comes back to the beginning. Alright, I'm going to do it a way that I didn't want to do it, but it's the only way I'm going to be able to finish this and then move on to something more interesting. I'm going to do a window capture. And I'm going to do spotlight preview. Okay. Okay, this is the way I should have done it to begin with anyway. Whoops. Too small. Okay. This was a Douglas. This name is so dumb. This was a Douglas Hadron, but everyone called it a hard-on. So I would be playing this guitar, and they're like, "Hey, what kind of guitar is that?" I'm like, "It's a Hadron," and they're like, "A hard-on? You're playing a hard-on?" So I was like, "No, it's not a hard-on. It's a Hadron," and I ended up getting rid of it because of that. And it also wasn't that good. This was a guitar I got here in Portland because a lot of people here are like hoarders, so they have a lot of they have a bunch of stuff in their garage and stuff. So somebody had this. Oh, there we go. I can actually see both now. And they were like, "I have this old guitar. I don't know what it is." So I'm like, "Dude, I'll take it." So I got this for like $100 and sold it. And it's not as cool as the story made out. It's not as cool as the story thought. It's not as cool as I thought the story was going to be. I'm going to have another. So I made this other cam. So when I take a drink. This is my. These are my streams. This is the quality of my streams. When I'm not talking about wrestling or anything like that, this is the content that I'm creating. Just terrible content. I don't even want to say the story about this guitar. It's so embarrassing. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even trying to set you guys up. It's just really embarrassing. It's like... It's like, I didn't even want to do... So this guitar... Oh yeah, Braxton, I was supposed to be here at 1, but I was super lazy and I went to get coffee and I took forever. And then I jumped on like around 3, and I'm doing this weird guitar history stream and drinking as well. So yeah, drinking as well. Drinking some wine right now still. And I want to summon some Gosht. You want to summon a Gosht on my shirt? Yeah, this is my cheap Halloween costume. When I don't want to wear something, I'm like, hey, I'm a Ouija board, so this is my Halloween costume. I know it sounds really dumb, but so this guitar, I was at NAMM, the musician convention, and I was just doing whatever, and I got a text from Bargain Musician, and they were meeting with some investors in China to produce these acoustic guitars. So he's not really a guitar player. He like owns guitars and stuff, but he's not a guitar player. But he sent me a text, and he's like, "Hey, I got some investors that are interested in this guitar. Can you come over and play something?" And instantly, like, my anxiety and nerves just like shot up because I'm like, I wasn't prepared. I'm not ready to play for some investors, and I'm not ready to play acoustic for some investors at NAMM. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So I went over, and there was like 6 of these like Chinese people dressed in like suits and stuff, and I'm just wearing like whatever black suit or something, makeup on and all this crap on. And he gives me the guitar and he's like, "Can you play us something?" And I was like, sure. So I was gonna play House of the Rising Sun because I'm like, this is a royalty-free song that anyone can play, and I know it, and I won't make an ass out of myself. So I sat down, I got the guitar, and I got the pick, and as soon as I hit the first chord, the pick fell in the hole. And I just stared at it, and I looked up, and everyone was just like watching me like, wow. Like, this guy just dropped the pick in the guitar hole, in the sound hole. And I looked over at my friend from Bargain Musician, and I was like, what do I do now? And it was really, 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 really dumb because it took me like a couple minutes to get the guitar pick out. And by that point, they were already like, okay, that was definitely something. So I ended up kind of not working with them after that. But yeah, it was really dumb. Yeah, Braxton, I also wanted to eat too, so I ate and came on here to do this really weird stream. Yeah, and every time I play it, it just reminds me of that time where I played in front of a bunch of people and I dropped the guitar pick in the sound hole. So it reminds me of that. Oh man, I hated this V because I thought it would be cool to own, but it was just so awkwardly shaped. Not that it's different than any other Vs, but if you know about guitars, this is the 58V, so the shoulders are a lot wider than a regular V. So I didn't pick that up until I played it, and it was too wide for me. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. But I never got to play this live because I sold it before we started doing live shows. This was like in '07. This was a Gothic Les Paul that I picked up to take the parts off for another guitar. But this was a nice guitar too. I like this one because it was all black. For this guitar, this is my favorite guitar so far right now. I have it with me as well. Because I don't like to name my guitars. It's just it feels weird. So if I'm gonna name them something, it has to be something really clever. So this is what this guitar is called. I know it's super dumb, but I like this one because it's super heavy, and I modified it a lot, and I got it for cheap from Canada, and it sounds really cool, and it has just one pickup, and I'm using this for everything. So definitely keeping this, and it's cheap Epiphone, but it's Korean. That somebody in Canada had. And Matthew, if you're still there, that's what my 13 Les Paul was supposed to look like, the one I got from China. But they couldn't do a few things, and they forgot, and they didn't do a few things, so it was both. But that was what I was going for when I got that Chinese 13 Les Paul. And I'm gonna do a drink cam real quick. Yeah, I totally stole that bit from Bruce from Funhouse. I totally stole that from him because I thought it would be. Oh, whoops. What do you mean? Are we blacking out again? I mean, I got wine. I got a White Claw for after I'm done with the wine, and then I got this really weird hard coffee thing, and then I got some rum left. But I don't know. We'll see after I'm done with this guitar stuff and see where we go. But when you say we, you mean me, because I was the one that blacked out. What's up, Brio? Yeah, we're doing guitar talk right now. We might jump into some wrestling talk and see how it goes. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I'm just doing like a guitar history of all the guitars I've had. I asked people to guess a number, and if they're right, I'll just give you guys like a shirt or something, or I don't know, something. I don't know. I didn't think about it that much. This one I got for like $20. Instantly sold it for like $40. A lot of these guitars were when I was like really freaking poor, and I was just flipping guitars left and right because I was trying to make money to pay rent, or trying to find a cool guitar that I can make like rent for 2 months and have something cool to play at a show. But yeah, a lot of these were in like kind of weird bad times. This is, I don't even remember when I got this. I got this because it was blue, but it couldn't handle tuning at all. So it would like just go out of tune super quick. But it looked really cool. This one I got at Guitar Center because somebody dropped it and broke it. And I just told the Guitar Center guy, like, hey, I'll give you $100 for it because I just saw somebody break it. And they were like, okay. So they sold it to me. It was broken. I tried playing it, but it was not going to be an easy fix. So I passed it on to somebody else. This was the I got this one a couple months ago because I've never had a Gothic SG and I didn't like it. This one I got when I was in California still, and same thing. I always try to get along with SGs, but I just can't. Like for some reason, I can't get along with them. We just never work, I guess. All right, Braxton, we'll try to be here. We'll try to black out together. I'll try to black out together. Let's see, how many more do I have left? Oh man, wait, can you guys see that? Oh fuck. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh well, that's awesome. How about I'm just gonna tell you which guitars I kind of miss. So this guitar was another student model that was not really good. This one I totally miss. This was one of my favorite guitars. Matthew, you might recognize this one. This guitar is just a beast. Like amazing tone, totally black, made for black metal. The only thing I didn't like was the volume knob where it was placed at. It was just too close for me for when I was strumming. So it just kind of it got in my way. That's the only thing I could say. I'm trying to do something that will. Damn it, that sucks. This one was really cool too. I got this one because of Wayne Static, and I wanted to play some Static X, and then I sold it. This one I just got recently, and I sold it because the neck was really fat. It was like trying to play like your leg. It was just like, holy crap! Like my hands aren't that big to play a guitar this big, so that kind of sucked. This one I got because I wanted something with a tremolo, and I'm just pretty much, I just use these guitars for like a song, and then I sold it. This one I got through a trade, and I didn't like it. I thought I would, but I didn't. This was like my second acoustic, and it was just weird. Weird shape, weird everything. Did not like it. But it was cool because it was a Fender. Yeah, that was yours, Matthew. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Nice to hear from you too, man. Hope you're well. I'm just going through all my guitars right now, doing a really, really random stream, just for fun, I guess, and then moving on to whatever, something else. This one I got scammed on because somebody sold me a Fender, and it wasn't a Fender. Somebody had changed the stickers on it, so that freaking sucked. But I played this one for a bit, and it was pretty cool. Whatever it was, I will never know what it was because I sold it afterwards because getting scammed sucks, but it happens. So this one I had 2 times. I got 2 of these because I offered somebody a trade for 2 of these guitars, and I was like, this would be really cool to break. So when I got them, the guitars were like, they were like this big. And I was like, what the hell? Like, these are kids' guitars. You never told me that. And the guy was like, hey, man, you made a deal. This is the deal. I was like, damn it, dude. So, yeah, I've been really dumb on some things. So, this was a Gibson Explorer that I got because somebody painted it or took the paint off and they did not want it anymore. So, usually when somebody messes up a guitar, they just want to get rid of it right away. So, I picked this up and it was really cool, but it was just missing all the paint, and it was really, really rough. This is another Gibson that I wanted for like forever, and I found it on eBay, and I got it from eBay, and I loved this guitar. It was super nice, but it was just really thin. Like the body was like really thin, and Gibsons usually break when they're really thin, so I passed it on. Oh, what's up? Is that the Gorguts? Garguts. I'm drinking some wine right now. I also have a White Claw and some hard coffee that is disgusting. But I'm gonna keep drinking wine for now, and until we do something later. Once I finish these guitars, we'll, I don't know, set up something that we can all enjoy. Oh, thanks, dude. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Skylar. Thank you for checking out my Four Horsemen cover. I love that theme. I know a lot of you guys are here like, hey, where's the wrestling content? But I also do guitars, so I kind of wanted to do a guitar stream this time and, you know, appeal to the guitar nerds out there that come to this channel and that, you know, get really mad when I don't play guitar right. Oh, this is another really rare Gibson that I got for when we were recording an album, and I wanted a cool guitar, and so I found this Gibson and I got it, which is like insane, and it sounded really cool, but I didn't want to mess it up playing live, so I sold it. But it was one of those like bare knuckle Gibsons. It has a little fist. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It has a cool little fist on the fretboard, and I didn't realize how rare it was until recently because you can't find them anymore. So I'm like, I probably missed out on a good amount of money there. Oh, this one. Oh man, I hate admitting getting scammed, but it's probably for the better. So you guys know that people get scammed. So I got scammed with this one because somebody told me this was a copy, and I was really young. This was like maybe my first year playing guitar. Somebody told me this was a copy, and I thought that meant that they like copied the guitar to be the same as like Zakk Wylde's. Like, oh, they got the same pickups, the same strings, the same setup. I didn't realize that a copy meant like it wasn't the real thing. So I was like, okay, cool. But then I picked it up and I got it, and it turns out it's a fake. So a fake means it's a guitar sold as the real thing. A copy means that somebody took something and made it to look like the real thing. So this was a complete fake. Nothing about this was ever something else made to look like something else. So I got scammed. This guitar was okay, but I'm like, I don't want to keep this like freaking fake guitar and feel weird about it and dumb. This is a vintage Yamaha. Was it a Yamaha? No, Global. And I like getting like old guitars and trying to play them, and they never work because they're really old. And back then, people just didn't really care about how things played. From like, this is made in like China, no, Japan or something. And it's just terrible. Looks cool, terrible guitar. Somebody gave this to me because their cat peed on it, and they were moving, so they didn't want to keep it. So I took it and cleaned it up, and it still smelled like cat pee. So I sold it. Yeah, I sold it. I didn't trade it. I sold it. Old Les Paul that I thought I could fix up, but I didn't, and it just sat in the corner for a while. Oh, these ones. Oh, here we go. This is the Ibanez. These Ibanezes are like super expensive now, and at the time I was getting like a ton of them because nobody wanted them. And yeah, this guitar was nice. Ibanez 59er. Played it for a couple shows and then just passed it on. Same with this. Got it for cheap. Played it for a couple shows and just kept going. This one I played for a while, and then I like my car died or something, so I had to sell it to pay for that. This one I got off eBay recently, and I put a bunch of money into this, and it didn't hold tune that well because it was a bolt-on neck, so the body would just kind of fluctuate. So that freaking sucked. Another Ibanez I got to record a song with that I've never uploaded. I should probably upload it at some point, but oh well. This is a 7-string I got to play with Morphesia, and I ended up not being able to write anything with the 7-string, so I sold it as well. I don't even remember getting this, but I guess I got it at some point. and I thought it was cool because it was red, but it was really loud, like feedback loud. I'm gonna pause it right there and see what the chat is saying. Oh, I did not notice that, but that's a pretty cool comparison though. Like Steve Vai also would be an awesome inspiration for wrestling things. Yeah, it smelled really bad, so I just got rid of it. I'm like, it looks clean. I'm just gonna sell it. I don't really want to deal with a smelly guitar. This one took me like 3 weeks to put like every single rhinestone together on this guitar. And I actually sold this to somebody in Oregon before I lived here. Actually, somebody down on the next town over. I tried contacting them because I want this guitar back, but they never replied. Or at least I wanted back to do a video and then they can have it back, but I've never been able to contact them. But yeah, this has like a couple of thousand rhinestones on it, and I wanted it to look like Paul Stanley's guitar or Taylor Swift's guitar, just in that cool like rhinestone look. And it took me forever. I should have documented that so you guys could see, but I did not. Ibanez X series that I played for one show. It is online. This show's online. Probably one of the best sounding shows we've ever done, and I used this guitar for it. This was also given to me as a gift because somebody was leaving town, and I fixed it up. I got this one for a show as well because it had that D tuner, and we played in D and E a lot. So I'm like, yeah, this would be super cool, and it was just a hassle to deal with. Ibanez bass. I recorded a bunch of stuff with this bass because I had no bass, and then I just got another nicer bass that I'll actually show you guys right now. Not much of a bass player, but I wanted a bass with bats on the fretboard and pink strings. I haven't updated the drink count, but that's fine. Nobody really cares. Fine, I'll update it. I've had like 4 drinks. No, that doesn't make sense. 2 drinks. No, it's actually still 1 because I haven't actually had any drink. I got this during my like have as many guitars as possible phase, and that date isn't right. This is probably the main guitar that I miss. I'm gonna actually have a drink for this because I feel really bad that I had to get rid of this. Oh man, it pains me to this day that I had to get rid of this. I'm gonna drink to that. I'm sure some of you guys will know what that guitar is. Does anyone know what this guitar is? Class, do you guys know what this guitar is? Anyone out there as nerdy as guitars as I am? I'm gonna wait until somebody says something. Please, somebody recognize what this guitar is. Ow. Well, I guess not. Well, anyway, this is a Steve Vai gem. It's a 1987 desert yellow gem, and these guitars are worth like maybe $2,000, from between like 15 to $2,000. They're really, really expensive now. Obviously, this has some parts that weren't original, but I got this guitar for $100, and it's insane to get a guitar like this for $100. But it's because some junkie painted it blue, and it had no parts on it. So I got all the parts for it, and I gave this guitar like a chemical bath in like some solvent to remove the layer of like blue paint, because I thought that it was completely like bare, but they actually just painted over the yellow. So when I like started dipping it in like paint, the yellow showed up. So luckily they only spray painted it, because otherwise the yellow wouldn't have survived. But yeah, luckily like the yellow survived. They also carved their name into it. But having just the original paint was just like phenomenal, because that I was gonna resell this. So I played this for one show at a strip club in LA, and I wish I would have like kept the footage for that, but I was using those tape cameras and the camera just died. The film just died. But yeah, I played it for one show. So playing this at a strip club with a bunch of strippers and the lighting and all that, it just it was awesome. Bright yellow guitar, just looked amazing. But I ended up selling this for around like $900 because, again, it's a rare, extremely valuable guitar, and I tried to fix it up as well as I could, but I couldn't find a black Ibanez logo. I couldn't find the bridge pickup, so I fixed it up as well as I could at the time, and then I sold it. But this is a guitar that I miss to this day. Just imagine like the best playing guitar ever, and then this was it. Ibanez Joe Satriani that I had. I thought this would make me play like Joe Satriani, and it didn't, so I got rid of it. Ibanez Jack King. This one, somebody sent it to me because they didn't want to finish it. I think it was from a forum. They sent it to me, and I put it together, and it was really cool. Really nice, just weird guitar. And this is another guitar that I'm going to take a drink for because I dearly, dearly miss. I'm going to do the drink cam for that. I like wine, but sometimes it just gets really like bitter. Oh, I just lost the cap. Obviously, this is the Ibanez Korn K7 model. This is Head and Monkey's signature model. I think Head had the silver one and Monkey had the blue one. Hold on, let me get this cap. There we go. So I miss this guitar a bunch because Korn is like the reason why I play guitar. But I had to sell this because just stupid life choices at the time. And I played this for a couple of shows. I played this in Arizona that one time where I forever injured my neck from headbanging. But yeah, man, this guitar is just amazing too. It had that Korn tone. It had that amazing 7-string tone, but had to sell it to freaking do live stuff. Not life stuff. Just stupid live stuff. Mr. Nice Chai actually had this guitar. I don't know if he's on here, but I remember getting it from him and fixing it up. And this was an Ibanez Proline V. Super cool guitar, like total Randy Rhoads guitar. Sweet guitar as well. Ibanez 8-string, I did not get along with this. I couldn't do an 8-string. This is the first guitar I ever painted, and then I dropped it, and the paint got ruined, so I got really annoyed and just got rid of it. It's one of my first Ibanez guitars. I got this one because I ruined that purple one, so I had to get something else to play live. And then this one, I was tuning down an A because we were playing 7-string songs and I didn't have a 7-string. Another just basic Ibanez. Another cool basic Ibanez. This one I got because I had no guitar when I moved to Oregon, so I needed a guitar. And I just got it for like $80 or something. This was somebody was like, "Hey, I have a guitar for sale. I don't know what it is. It says Ibanez or whatever." And I was like, "Dude, I'll buy that. You don't know what it is? I know what it is." This was my first Ibanez RG 550, and it's like green. I hate green guitars, but this one was really cool. I recorded my first ever song with this that I still have. I still have that recording, but just, it's really bad. But yeah, my first ever recording of anything was with this guitar. So maybe I'll upload that at some point. Just another Ibanez I was using live that I really liked a lot. This was I had like 4 7-strings at one point, like backups for live shows. This was my main 7-string that I sold because I had this like the longest. I had this since like 04 or 05 or something, and I got rid of it in like 2016 or 15, 17. Definitely had it for a long time. This was another one of my backup 7-strings for live shows. Another one of backup 7-strings for live shows. I had a bunch of 7-strings at one point because we were playing so much, and we were playing out of town, out of state, that I just had to have like a couple of 7-strings just in case something happens. And somebody actually stole one at a show, which fucking sucked. They stole it at the show. It's like, what, how? I mean, well, this one I was modifying to use for a show, and then I ended up selling it because I had to pay rent and not be homeless. I like this one a lot too. The color was amazing, and it played really well, but I got this when I was gearing up to move to Portland, so I ended up selling it. This one was another one of my backup 7-strings that I painted sparkle pink because I like to ruin guitars, I guess. And you can see my Korn posters in the back. This was one of my first Ibanez basses. Really cool bass, like it was white. And then my first set 5-string bass that I used for every recording until I moved away from 5-string basses. This one I got because somebody broke it, and I was like, I can totally fix that. And I could not fix it. Ibanez V-Blade. This one I should have kept because it's super rare now. This is from the Dragon Force guys. And I played this live one time. And this girl, this really drunk, like really like big girl, she was really big. She came up on the stage, and I was playing. I didn't see her because my hair was down. So I was playing with this guitar. She came up on stage to like give me a hug or something. And when she did that, I was playing, and I turned around, and I slammed the guitar in her face. Like, it was so weird because I was playing. I was looking down, and I turned, and I felt something like stop me, and I looked up, and this girl was like, ah, and I was like, what the hell? And like, this was like after, Dimebag got shot, so even though we were a nothing band, like anyone coming up on stage was like, back up, bro, like I don't know you, like that's my purse, like back up. So it was really weird. Like nothing happened, but just that was like the first thing I thought about. I was like, dude, this is how Dimebag died. So I was like, just back up. Like, I don't know you, person. Like, that's my one story with this guitar. This one had a bunch of stickers on it that I ended up taking off because I was trying to sell it. But yeah, this is the one, Nomi, that you were talking about. This is the white one with the. This was the white one, right? That you want? Where's my water? I forgot my water. But yeah, this guitar had a bunch of white stickers at one point. Whoops. This 7-string I had for like an hour because as soon as I got it, somebody asked me if I had a guitar for sale, and I was like, well, I just got this. I hated this guitar. Not because it's a V, but because where they put the little output jack placement, it's terrible. This one was a Jackson V, which I liked a lot. I played this one time. Was that? Yeah, this was the one time I played it at... Yeah, we played in LA. And we played at the Rainbow Bar, which is where Lemmy used to hang out at. And I think I mentioned this before. Like, I had no idea he was there. And we played upstairs. He was hanging out downstairs. and I had no idea he was there. I remember walking by the bar and seeing somebody play, somebody playing the arcade in the corner, and I didn't know it was Lemmy. I just saw somebody with the hat playing, and I was like, yeah, it's some drunk guy. And I wish I would have known that was him, but at the time I didn't. This was like 09, 010, 2010. So that's what reminds me of when I look at this guitar. I got this Jackson because Jim Root from Slipknot was playing a Jackson like this, and I was like, I want a Jackson like that. And I got this is a 70s lawsuit Ibanez. Well, it's not Ibanez, but it was made by the company that owns Ibanez that made their guitars. Cool guitar. This one I hate because I got this and I was like, finally I have a white Randy Rhoads Les Paul, and then my car died again and I had to sell it to pay for my freaking car. That's stupid. I don't even know when I got this. This is another one of those, I can fix this, and I could not fix it. I painted it though, but I could not fix it. Oh, this one I liked because it was really cool to play. And it's from that guy. It's from Good Charlotte. Oh, Matthew, you missed a bunch of stuff that I was like, hey Matthew, you might recognize this guitar, or hey Matthew, this will probably ring a bell. Oh well, Matthew, you're probably the only one who cares about the guitars anyway. So we're all here just so that we can start drinking after I'm done with this. This was the guy from Periphery, Mark Holcomb, 7-string that I did not like. It was just weird. I liked his 6-string version though. I love that guitar. 5-string bass that I got when I moved to Portland because I needed a bass. This was the first guitar I ever had custom built. It took them like a year, and it sucked. It just sucked so much because I spent like $1,500 on this guitar, and by the time I got it, I'm like, I don't want to play like Steve Vai anymore. I'm not that good. So this was a guitar I was playing in a death metalcore band. Oh man, I don't even know if I should say this because they probably don't want to. They don't want to. So we recorded an album, and it was total death metalcore, like, you know, the stuff that people were like playing back in the day, where people were dancing and stuff. But we recorded this album, and it sucked because they sucked. Nothing personal. I mean, nothing against them. It's just the way they recorded this album. It's like you don't record an album double the speed you were playing the songs at, and then have me come in and be like, "What the hell?" Like, and that's what sucked. So I only got to record one song, and I was using this guitar. But we released that album. I got fired from that band, and then they changed styles, and they got really famous, and they kind of were like, yeah, we never recorded this album. Don't look it up. That doesn't exist, but it does exist. So that's what being in bands is like. People will change things up and expect you to know what's going on, and then they'll fire you for not knowing what's going on. Yeah, dude, and I love that 6-string, dude. That 6-string was amazing. I loved it. And I thought the 7-string would be the same, but it wasn't. It sucked. It sucked. What's up, Sahi? How you doing, dude? We're talking about guitars right now and going through guitar history, and I'm doing story time with these guitars. And I'm also drinking wine whenever I feel really bad about a guitar. But this guitar makes me feel kind of angry because getting erased from a band is like pretty lame. But getting erased, having an album you recorded be erased is pretty lame. I will spill that. This is my drink cam, by the way. Whenever I drink, I'm going to have to put that cam on. But yeah, that's what this channel is doing right now. I don't want to tell you what the band is because I don't want you guys to look them up. They don't. I don't know if they're playing anymore, but I did get to play one show with them, and I noticed that there was only one original member left, which is like that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But it was a bummer how things happened. But I'll probably play the recording at some point because I still have the one song I recorded with them. Well, I did the whole album, but they took me off the album because they didn't like my parts. They only kept my parts on one song. But again, it comes back to like we were practicing these songs at this speed. And then once we went to the studio to record, they recorded the drums first. And the drums were now like at this speed. So when I came in to do my guitar parts, I was like, what the hell? Like, it was like 3 times faster than what we were playing them at. So that kind of sucked a lot. Like, something like that. I don't know why they decided to do that, but just upping the speed that much, it just throws you off. Like, it's not like you can just speed up your riffs, like, without knowing. It's really dumb. Could you drink more? God damn it. What do you want me to drink? You want me to pop open this White Claw? Emma, are you even drinking, Emma? Like, I think you guys just want me to pass out like last time. That's what this channel has become. Like, everyone's like, hey, we want you to black out like last time. Damn it. I do not have an issue with that. Okay. I was gonna see if I could finish this, but I'll probably throw up if I finish this because this is coffee and it's really bad. But okay, I'm gonna pop open this White Claw because Emma is tired of my rambling on. So hold on, let me switch cams real quick. Shrink cam with the White Claw. I'm probably gonna die at some point because I'm drinking wine, coffee, and White Claw now. So you guys are welcome. And we're almost done through this. We're almost done. We can watch something else. We can do another random stream. This song I recorded one WWE cover with, and then I sold it to some guy who tried to scam me. He tried to scam me, and then he actually ended up by accident paying me the full amount because I was selling this guitar for $150, $150, and he's like, oh, I only have $75. And I'm like, you know what, I'll hook it up. And then he gave me the money and he accidentally gave me $150. And I was like, I didn't tell him, and I was like, you tried to scam me. So right now I'm not gonna even tell you that you actually gave me the full amount. So that's what I remember with this guitar. And I got it again, or this was before, but this is like a different shade. I love this 7-string. I went up to LA to do a video with this guitar right before I left California. It was like the month I was leaving California. So I went to like a lot of cool places in LA, and I got kicked out of the Museum of Death because I couldn't. I guess you can't record outside their museum, which is super dumb. But I still did it. Like, I did a Korn cover that I put on YouTube, and you can see people like watching me like, what is this guy doing? It was just so funny doing a cover out in the public eye. Just people were driving by and they're like, what is this guy doing? Like I went to the Hollywood sign and I was playing the song there, and there's people like working out, walking by, and like just these looks people give you, like it's something so completely like, whoa, what is this guy doing? Is he recording himself? Like, whoa. Just cheers, Emma. Thank you. But yeah, you can still watch that video, and you'll see people reacting like legit reactions, like, what is this person doing? Schecter 7-string baseball bats. I do not like them. This is the 4-string version of that bass I have back here, and I liked it so much that I got the 5-string, but this is before I left California, so I sold it. This is the 7-string version of that same bass, and it has bats on it, and I really wanted to keep this, but I did not like the pickups. This is the Keith Merrill 7-string, and I loved this guitar, except that I did not want another black guitar, so I sold it. That's why I got that purple 7-string. Same thing with this, big baseball bats for necks. This one I got for a couple of shows, and it's weird because that top horn was like shoved. It was getting shoved right into my like rib cage or my chest, so it kind of sucked because it's a cool looking guitar. This is the bass that I just got when I was here in Portland, fixing up this old bass and selling it. It was a cool project. Definitely won't do it again though. Just a random Strat that I got for backup shows. This is another. I did one video with this, and I was playing some Nirvana on it. This one I got for $10. Somebody sold this to me for $10, and I donated this to a school because they did not have guitars, and I went there to buy something, and they were like, hey, if you have any guitars to sell, and I was like, you know what, you can just take this guitar. Like, I have not, like, we don't have to exchange money for this. So I gave this to a school. Same with this one. Wait, my computer just died. My monitor is on auto shut off, so just shut off. This is my first Stratocaster. This was like my 3rd guitar, I think. Man, look at these posters in the back. This is 2004 when I took this picture. You see my Arch Enemy poster and my picture of Joe Satriani in the back? Man, this is really random. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no, me. You donated? Oh my god, that's amazing. I'm gonna drink just because you are fucking cool enough that you donated. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that, but I'm gonna do a deep drink for you. Ugh. It's weird going from like wine to carbonated drinks, but there you go. Cheers to you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for donating as well. You are fucking awesome. Thank you for that. I cannot give that Squire away, that Jazzmaster. I like it too much. Sorry. Normally I would, but I'm pretty much keeping the guitars I have now because they kind of moved in here with me, so I kind of want to keep them. I mean, I'm saying this now, but maybe later. This Telecaster I got for that Shinsuke Nakamura cover that I did, and then I sold it. Just a random P bass. I think this is the one I customized a lot, and a lot of people got angry at me for it. No, this is the one. This is the one. So the other one was another one that I had that I sold, and then I wanted another P bass, and I got this one. And people got mad at me for this. They were like, what the hell are you doing? So it's just like, you know, typical YouTube musicians. A blue Squire that I thought would be really cool, but it was actually really cool. It wasn't that bad. This one I got because I wanted to do a bunch of Misfits covers, and I needed a guitar that sounded like the 80s punk, and this one worked for that. This one I had somebody built for me, and I didn't realize that you can't just build a guitar without considering like the mathematical aspects of it. So the neck on this guitar was not made for this body, so you could never tune it. No matter how hard you try, you could never tune it, because if you tuned it and played a chord, those chords would be out of tune. And if you tuned it to the chord, then your open strings would be out of tune. So I didn't think about that at the time. This was like 05. So Live and learn. A lot of live and learns. Oh, this one I'll probably get sued for talking about, but this was a guitar that I did not build and I got rid of later. That's all I can say about that. Somebody gave me this guitar because it was really old, and it just I did not fix it. Supposedly, this is something similar to what Hendrix played in the '60s. And there's the famous 13 Les Paul that Mr. Lakey has now. This is honestly a guitar that I love because I wrote a bunch of Morphesia stuff on this, but the people who made it also took liberties on a few things, and it kind of annoyed me to where I was like, well, I'll probably just get something else that is similar to this. And then right after is when ESP came out with that black metal guitar, so it just worked out. But it bothered me that they didn't listen to what the instructions I gave them were, which kind of sucked. But you live and learn, pay for whatever these Chinese people want to build you. I like the kind of, yeah, that bass was really cool. I liked it. I only sold it because I wanted to get a 5-string bass. No, I'm always down for trades. I know you're always down for trades, which is like freaking awesome. 13, yeah, that's right. That's 13 Les Paul. I'm gonna do another drink because you guys are fucking on here. And thank you for donating, by the way. Like it's always like surprising to me that people do that. I'm like, I'm just here being like super nerdy about music and stuff like that. And people were like, hey, here's fucking a tip for being super. So I told them I told them that I wanted a volute on the neck, and they didn't put a volute on there. So I was like, okay. And originally, I told them that I wanted the volume knob not at the bottom, but on the kind of close to the bridge, but away from the bridge, if that makes any sense. Like, I'll show you. So on the 13 Les Paul, they put it on the bottom hole, which is like the farthest one away, which is fine. But I asked for this. I asked for this hole. Like if you consider the volume, what is it? Yeah. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 on a regular Gibson. They put it on hole number like 2, and I asked for like the top one, which is like. It's fine. It's not big of an issue, but I'm like, you guys didn't really listen to what I was asking for, which is okay. And then the other thing that kind of bothered me was like I didn't want a pickup cover. I mean a pickup ring, and they were like, we can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do no pickup ring? Everyone does no pickup ring. So it was just nothing big. Like I still like the guitar, and I played the hell out of it. And there's a bunch of shows and stuff like that I did with it. And it was definitely a workhorse of a guitar because it's just straight to the point black metal. And I actually the one I just showed you right now, it's an Epiphone triple pickup Les Paul that I bought from eBay with no parts on it for like $80, and I just put one pickup in it, and the rest I filled with epoxy. But that's kind of what I wanted the 13 Les Paul to be, but. I mean, it's still an awesome guitar. I did one show with Venom, the band Venom, and they loved everything I was doing. Like they loved the look, they loved like the guitar, the tone, the sound. They said the sound was like they thought there was a full band playing because the tone was just like super aggressive, and that's probably the biggest compliment I've ever gotten from a band like Venom, to be like, hey, you were our like favorite band on this tour. And I'm like, dude, that guitar definitely like had a bunch of character to it. Yeah. And if you look at it now, like, it's really beat up. That picture was when I got it, but now it's like really beat up. But it looks cool. It looks really cool. This guitar I had for one practice with a Morphesia drummer, and it was a really cool practice. But I guess my style of black metal was pretty boring, so they ended up not liking it. But that's the only time I ever used this guitar. I got this for a show, and I ended up selling it because I never got around to using it. This is an acoustic I have back there. I'm trying to sell it, so now I'm considering it like my past guitar, but it's still like in my possession. And that was it. That's it. That's all the guitars. That was everything, guys. Wow. And my computer just froze. Amazing. Amazing. That was a long stream. I forgot to turn the cam on. Oh, what? I thought I turned it off. But yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually was showing how many guitars there were in total, and that kind of just ruined the whole thing. So if somebody guessed the amount of guitars, it was there on the window. No, it didn't get old. I stopped doing as many shows because the sound guys were just terrible. So it got to the point where I was performing and sounding the best as I could, but if the sound guy didn't do his job, it didn't matter. So there was one show where I did where I was playing and then the sound guy left. So he left a bunch of echo on my mic, and he left a bunch of like just stuff that shouldn't be happening happen. So that's kind of what got me off like playing as much as I could, because at the end of the day, like if my sound is going to be determined by the sound guy who doesn't give a crap, I'm like, well, it's not worth it, dude. I'd rather just stay home and record and do like shows where I'm in control instead of going to a different venue every freaking week and depending on them. So yeah, I mean, yeah, at that point I was like, yeah, you guys saw how many guitars there is. Whatever. The only person that was close was Alucard, but he guessed 200. So it just goes to show you that this stream is just not as professional as any other stream out there. It's not even professional at all. Yeah, I mean, that 13 Les Paul is still good. I love the weight on it. I love the neck on it. And I love the, when you set it up, it holds its tune, which is amazing too. So yeah, definitely a good guitar to play. And it always sounded good live. It never caused me any issues, even after like scraping it and beating it up and stuff like that. It always sounded good. Which guitars do I want to have? So now I'm kind of like not really looking for anything else. The only other guitar that I would consider right now is an Explorer, because I want to have an Explorer guitar, like a Dean Z, because zombie. But that's the only thing. I'm kind of good with what I have, and everything I record, I can just record with the guitars I have now. Maybe a bass that I would love to have would be like an old Rickenbacker bass, like something Lemmy used to have, or something like that was used by like Joy Division, something in that style. But for now, I'm just like, I'm good on all these. Like, I'm never gonna be at that point where I was in these pictures, where like I had like 9 guitars at one point, where like they were just all over my room and stuff like that. And now that I have like this like apartment place, like I don't want to crowd guitars in here. Like I only have like, oh whoops, I opened up the wrong window. Let me show you real quick. Quit that. So these are those are only the guitars I have right now. So what's that? 4, 5 guitars, not because I'm getting rid of that acoustic. So that's kind of what I just want to keep. It's just perfect. If live shows do happen again, I'll probably get one more guitar, but for now I'm good. That's all I'm doing.